Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Odd or Even, with 4 question marks because we have 4 question marks in this puzzle. And it's by Molly Booty. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. We have digits along a red parity line must alternate between odd and even. So for example, if this were an odd digit, this would have to be an even digit, and which would force this to be an odd digit, etc., etc. The sum of digits along an arrow is equal to the digits in the connected circle, and these digits can repeat if allowed by other rules. So for example, if this were, say, 1, 4, and 1, this would have to be 6, because these 3 digits must add up to the digit in the circle. And 1 plus 4 plus 1 adds up to 6. And that's an example of how arrows work. And finally, we have digits in cells separated by a white dot are consecutive, and all white crop key dots are given. So this is a negative constraint here. So for example, if you know that this is a 6, this would have to be 5 or 7, and you would know these cells could not contain 5 or 7 because there's no white dot given between this cell and these 2 cells. And we are told all white crop key dots are given. So that tells us the negative constraint is in place, which just means that if it does not satisfy the constraint, if it does not have the white dot between them, it does not satisfy the constraint, right? Because if it were consecutive, it would have been given. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so these 2 digits necessarily add up to an odd sum. So you cannot, and you have to have, it has to be 8 it adds up to an odd sum because it alternates parity on the parity line. So you have 1 odd digit and 1 even digit here. Let's just start coloring this parity line. I don't know if that will be helpful, but maybe it will. This one will use dark and medium. So let's start with medium, dark, medium, dark, medium, dark. This must then be dark because consecutive digits must be opposite parities. This we can make yellow and green. Yellow, green, yellow, oops, not red. Yellow and green. That leaves this as green because it's consecutive. This as yellow because that's consecutive. And, okay, so this has to be in box 7. One of these is yellow, the other one's green. But we have a guaranteed 5 yellows in this box, which means this must be odd digits. So these must be even digits, right? So we have an even plus an odd plus an even digit. that's 2 evens and 1 odd, which means that sums up to an odd digit here. Therefore, these must be, we can't have 2 odd digits in this set of consecutive digits, so this must be odd, which forces both of these to be even. And then we have an even digit here. The even digits are next to both odd digits, so these are odd. The odd digit has to be next to even digits on the parity line. So they are this is the sum of an odd and an even digit. We know that's odd. This is the sum of an odd and even digit, so we know that's odd. Even is consecutive with odd on the parity line, which makes this even, which makes that odd. Even is next consecutive with an odd digit, so these are both odd. This is 1 odd, 1 even, so this has to be 2 evens here. And we know one of these is odd and one of these is even, and we have 4 evens already accounted for in column 1, so this cannot be even. This is odd, and this is odd. So odd must be next to even, which must be next to odd. That makes this even, which makes this odd, which makes this even. Therefore, these are consecutive with even digits, so is this. This is even. Both of these darks cannot be even because we have 3 evens in row 2, so the darks have to be odd. So these are odd and the mediums are even. Okay. One of these is red, one of these is blue. One of these is red, one of these is blue. So therefore that makes this red. We have 5 reds in box 9, so this must be blue. We have now 4 evens in column 8, so the rest must be odd. We have 5 odds in box 6, so this can't be odd. These are even. We have 4 evens in column 9, so therefore this can't be even. It's odd. And this must be an odd even pair here. Okay. This is the sum of 2 odd digits and an even digit, which means this is even. We are guaranteed in box 1, 1 odd and 1 even digit. So therefore this can't be even, it's odd. This is 1 odd, 1 even digit. We have 3 other even digits in row 8, so this cannot be even. It has to be both odd. Okay. We have 1 odd, 1 even digit here. We don't have a guarantee here. Okay. This is 1 odd, 1 even. So this is odd, this is odd, this is odd, that's even. So this could be 4, 6, or 8 here. This has to be at least 2, 1, 2. So this is 5, 7, or 9. This digit is consecutive with 2 other digits, so this cannot be 1, and it's odd. It has to be 3 or 5, or 7, I guess. This is 2, 4, or 6 here. This has to be, cannot add up to 7, so it's 1, 3, or 5. This is at minimum 1 and 2, so this is 5 at most also. This is consecutive between 2 unique digits, but that doesn't tell us much. Okay, so whatever digit this is... So we're going to make this green, we'll make this pink, I guess. This has to be the opposite parity, so this is green. We don't have anything else here, though. These are opposite parities. Orange and yellow, I guess. So these are opposite parities. Oh, this is blue, so that makes this red. To be consecutive with it. This can... Okay, so these are not consecutive. So that means it must be at least... It cannot be 1 and 2. It could be 1 and 4, or it cannot be 2 and 3. So it could be 2 and 5. It's 1 or 4, or 2 and 5, or 1 and 6 here. So it's at least 5 here, which makes this not 4. This has to be at least 6 or 8. This is at least 1 and 4 also. So this can't be 5. It's 7 or 9 here. This can't be 1. So it's 3, or it's 9, so it's 3, 5, or 7. 2, 4, 6, 8 there. Okay. And these are not consecutive, and these aren't consecutive, so there must be 5, 7, or 9 there. Can this... Oh, this is 2, 4. This can't even be 1. So if this were 5, it would have to force this to be 2 and 3, but then that would be consecutive without a white dot in between, so that doesn't work. This cannot be 5. But this could be 5 if this is 1 and that's 4. That is certainly possible. Do we have anything else? Can't... Okay, it could be 6 and 3. This can't be 4. If this were 4, it could add up with 3 to 7 or 5 to 9, but then they would be consecutive. So it can't be 4. 6 and 3 adds up to 9. 2 and 5 add up to 7. 2 and 7 adds up to 9. Okay, whatever this digit is, it cannot be 8. So 8 in this box has to be one of those two. So this is 2, 4, or 6. We know 8 has to be one of these two then. Because, yeah, these cannot be 8, so 8 has to be one of these two. This can't be 8 because 8 in the column has to be one of these two, so this must be 8 here. 8's consecutive only with 7 out of 3, 5, 7. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 9, which eliminates 7 here too. 7 is only consecutive with 6 here, so this is 6. 2 and 7 add up to 9, so this can't be 2. This can't be 2. This is 4 or 6, which cannot be consecutive with 5. Which, I mean, because, yeah. So this is 2, 7, 9. This cannot be 9 here. It's 5 or 7. So this is 2 or 4, and 2 or, and this could be 2, 4, 8. This is 2 or 4. This has to be a, well, we don't know. It's 2, 4, or 6 here. And this is 2, 4, or 6 here. Okay. Can this be 5 anymore? The answer is no. Well, it couldn't be 5 ever, because that would be force this to be 1, 2, and it's not consecutive, so this can't be 5 either. This is 2, 4, and 6. But 6 has to be one of these two, so this cannot be 6 here. Which means one of these two digits is 6, so this can't be 6 here, so that's 8. So one of these is a 6 here. One of these is a 6 here. This can't be 9, so 9 has to be one of these two. Therefore, 9 cannot be here. This is 2 or 4 consecutive with 1, 3, or 5, whereas the 9 in column 8, it has to be here. So this is 9. This has to be 1 or 3. It cannot be 3. If this were 3, 3 and 2 add up to 5, but those are consecutive and there's no white dot between them. 3 and 4 add up to 7, and that's consecutive, but that doesn't have the white dot there. So this is 1, which makes this 3. So this is 3. That doesn't work. It's 3, 4. Huh. How did I mess this up? Yeah, because we know this is not consecutive. Okay, so this can't be 6. This is 4, which makes this 1. That's 3. That should make that 6. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 6. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 2. This is not 3, this is 1. 6 is consecutive with 7 or 9. Cannot be 9 here, so this is 7. That leaves this as 5 for the odd digit. This is 1, which is consecutive with 2, which forces this to be 4. That means this is 1, 3, and 5. This cannot be 3 or 5 to be consecutive with the 4, so it's 1, 4, and 4. No 2 or 4 here. So this must be 6 and 5 to be consecutive, which makes that 4. This is then 3. 4 eliminates 4 here. This can't be 6 or 4. That's 2 or 8. 8 cannot be here, so that's not even, that's odd. 5 eliminates 5 here, so that's 7. But this is still problematic. Oh, it could be 5. Right, it can't be 1 here. So this has to be 5 then, and 2 to add up to 7. So that works. This can't be 2, can't be 4, so this is 6 or 8. 5 is consecutive with 4 or 6, which would force this to be 3 or 7, but this can't be 7 because of 7 in the column, so this must be 4. This is 3. 2 has to be one of these, so this cannot be 2. This is 6, 8 as a pair. 2 can't be here. Remaining digits, so this is odd. It has to be 3 or 7. And we have 2, 3, or 7 here. Cannot be 3 because of 3 in the box. So this must be 3 here. 7 would be consecutive with 8. And 2 would be consecutive with 1 or 3. 6 or 8 is consecutive, cannot be with 5, so it would be 7 or 9 here. But it cannot be 7 because of the 2-7 pair here, so this can't be 7. This is 9, that makes this 8, which makes that 6. That leaves that as a 1. 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 8 there, and is even, which makes this odd. And it has to be 7 or 9. We have 4 evens in column 7, so this is odd. This has to be 2 or 6. Cannot be 2 because that would be consecutive with the 3, so this must be 6. 2 cannot be here because it would be consecutive with a 1 here, so this must be 2 here. And is even, which forces this to be odd here. 2 can be consecutive with 3, and 8 can only be consecutive with 7 because of the 1 in the column and the 9 in the box. This can't be 2 or 8, so it's not even, because those are the only possibilities in box 8, so this is odd, which makes this even. Remaining digits in row 2. We have 3, 5, and 7. This can't be 3 or 5 because of the 4 next to it, and there's no white dot, so... Wait, this has to be 7, and then we have a contradiction. Where did I screw up? This has to be 5 here. This is 4 and 8. 4 cannot be next to either of these because they would be consecutive with both of them. Wait, why did I assume that's 1 and 4? That's where I screwed up, I think. It can't be 1 and 4. It has to be 1 and 6. Well, interesting. That's a long contradiction. Right, this can't be 3 because that required this to be 6 because it can't be consecutive, so this is 1. But this could be 4 and 6. Yeah. I don't know how you go about finding that without just running into that problem. This can't be 3 again, so this must be 5. 5 and 2, adding up to 7. So that's still correct. This cannot be 2 here. Remaining digits are 1, 3, and 5. No 5 here, so this is 1 or 3, which means this cannot be 2. So this is 4, which means this can't be 3. That's 1. So it's 4, 1, 4, which means this can't be 4. These are consecutive, so it must be 6, 5, 4. This can't be 1 or 5. It's 3. This 4 eliminates 4 here. This is 3 or 7 here. 5 cannot go to 6 and 7, so this must be 4 and 3. That means this is 6 or 8 here. This is 2 or 8 here. This has to be 7 or 9 here. This is 7 or 9. So it's consecutive with 6 or 8 here. This can't be 7. So this has a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruplet, which eliminates 6, 7, 8, 9 in the rest of the column box. So this can't be 8. This is 2. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 2. 8 is only consecutive with 7, cannot be with 9 because of 9 in the column. This is 1, 3, or 5. This has to be 4, 6, or 8. 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is a 4, 6 pair, which eliminates 4 and 6 in the rest of the box, so this can't be 4, it's 2. That forces this to be a 4, 6 pair here. 2 2 is consecutive with 1 or 3. This 1, 3 pair eliminates 1 and 3 in the rest of the box, so this can't be 1 or 3. It's 5. 5 is consecutive with 4 or 6, so this can't be 4 or 6. It's 8, which eliminates 8 here. Okay. This is still 2, 3, 7, so this must be 2, 7, which forces that to be 3. This has to be 6 and 8 as a pair. It's consecutive with 7 and 9, but no 7 because of the 2, 7 pair in the box. So this is 9, which makes this 8, which makes that 6. This is 2 or 6 here, but it can't be 2 because that would be consecutive with 3 without a white dot between, so that's 6. 2 cannot be here again. This can't be 8, so we have the same thing. I think we just eliminated one of these possibilities. It was basically this. I overcomplicated that. So this is not red, this is blue. And it's 8, which forces this to be red here. This can't be 2, which is the only remaining even digit in row 2, so this must be 2 and is even, which forces this to be odd. This can't be 5 because of it's consecutive with 2. What do we have remaining? 1, 3, 5, 7. This is 5 or 7 here. 1, 3, 5, 7. No 7 here. 1, 3, 5, 7. And 1, 3, 5, 7 here. No 3 because of 3 in the row. That leaves this as a 1 here, which eliminates 1 in the rest of the row. If 8 were here, that would force this to be 7 and 9, so this cannot be 8, it's 2. 2 is consecutive with 1 or 3. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the column, so that's 3. This has to be 1 or 3 also. Consecutive with 4 or 6, it's 3, 5, or 7. But 7 can't be here, 3 can't be here, therefore this is 5. Remaining digits are 1, 3, and 9. This cannot be 3 because of 3 in the row. 4 is consecutive with 3 or 5 here. This has to be 6, 8, or 9, but cannot be 6 here because of 6 in the box. So this is 8 and 9. This can't be 6 because one of these is 6 here. 2 eliminates 2 here. So it's 7, which makes this 2. So these are both even because this is odd, which means we have 4 evens in box 4. So this cannot be even, it's odd, which forces orange to be even, which forces yellow to be odd. So this is not 8. This is a 6, 9 pair here. Sorry, 6, 7, 9 pair, 6 and 8 pair. So this has to be 9 here as an odd digit. This is 8 as an even. Remaining digits in box 4 are all odd because we have 4 evens. Remaining digits in row 4 are all odd because we have 4 evens. Remaining digits in row 5 are all even because we have 5 odds. And this can't be 8 because of 8 in the column. So this must be odd because that 8 is the last even digit in row 6. So this must be 8 and is even. We have 4 evens in column 6, so this can't be even. This is odd. Well, we already knew that because it's consecutive. This must be 4. This has to be 2 and 6, but this 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 6, and that's 2. 8 can't be here, and it's the only remaining even digit in box 8, so it has to be here. So this is 8, which eliminates 8 here, so it's 6, which makes this 8. If this were 9, that would guarantee this is 7, but that would be guarantee that these are consecutive, and there's no white dot between them, so this must be 8 and 7, which makes this 9. So that 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 1. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4, which makes this 6. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 3. This can't be 1 or 3, it's 9. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 3, which eliminates 3 here, so it's 1. So this must be 1, 6, and 1, adding up to 8. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4, which eliminates 6 here, it's 4, which makes that 6. This can't be 1 or 3. It's 5 or 7. This can't be 3 or 5. So that makes this 1, which makes this 3. 8 is consecutive with 7 or 9. 3 eliminates 3 here, so that's 5, which leaves this as a 1. We have 1 and 3 remaining in row 5. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the column, so this is 1. That's 3. That leaves this as a 5 there. This is 1 and 5 here because of those are the remaining digits in row 8. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 5 and 1. 8 is only consecutive with 7 out of the remaining digits. We have 4 evens in column 4, so this can't be even. This is odd. We have 5 odds in row 1, so this can't be odd. This is even and is 4. This can't be 5. This is only 7 or 9. So we have a 7-9 pair in box 2, which eliminates 7 and 9 in the rest of the box. This can't be 7. It's 5, which eliminates 5 here, so it's 7, which makes that 5. Also, we knew that wouldn't be consecutive. 7 or 9 here. This is guaranteed to be a 3. And this is 7 or 9 here. 6, it cannot be consecutive with 7 without a white dot between, so this is 9, that's 7, which makes this 9, and that's 7. So apologies for that. I don't know why. I just completely randomly just assumed that there had to be 1, 4. It was just, I just did. That was strange. I am feeling a little tired though, so maybe that's the reason why. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.